So I was trying to avoid taking the carburetors off because I have no idea the condition of the intake boots. So I took one bowl off just to see, and it doesn't really look terrible. I figured as neglected as the outside looks, that the inside would be even worse. But obviously it's dirty and needs to be cleaned, but it's not bad. They're definitely not designed to be worked in frame, because like this bolt's almost possible to get a screwdriver on, and the same for this one over here. All the other ones would come off fairly simply. So unfortunately it's going to have to come off, and I have to deal with the intake boots. Hopefully they're not completely rotted away and destroyed, and taking them off will make it even worse. But if it is, then we'll have to deal with those. Hopefully they're still findable and not made out of unobtainium, since this is a not too old Yamaha. I'm sure they're probably still around. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of the carbs off and get them on the bench and actually have a better look and see where they need cleaning and where they don't. These are the carbs, and sure, they're dirty, but they are way better than I thought. They're not all gunky. There's no old gas. I'm surprised. So I got them all apart, and they didn't really look all that terrible. Most of the jets, or the ones that I checked, were all open. You can see right through that guy right there, if you look carefully enough. That's a pilot jet for carb 1. Those ones were all open. None of the needles were stuck. The only one that gave me any problem was this guy, number 3, because this guy would not come out, and so I boogered him up pretty good. But that outside part doesn't really matter, it's the inside that does. And I could have sworn that this had a filter on when I pulled it off, but for some reason, between then and now, it walked away. All the little filters look good. Focus, there we go. That one looks good, that one's non-existent. That one looks good. So considering the state of the outside of this bike, the carburetors were very, very clean, considering, like I said, saying considering too many times. The bodies aren't terrible. I'm not sure if these come out or not. I have to research before I start pounding on things. And I believe these are press fit in there, so I'm not gonna mess with those. They were dirty, so they had to come apart. These gaskets were toast, so obviously they had to come apart. The bowls have some residue, but really, I've seen way worse. So what I'm gonna do is look for parts. Oh, the skirts are a little hard, but they're still flexible enough to work. But if I can find a kit with new boots, I'm gonna get new boots as well, or skirts, whatever. Diaphragms, and that's it. So I'm gonna clean everything, make sure everything's good. I still have the the enrichment, not choke, the enrichment valves are in there still. Haven't taken those out yet. And I don't really want to split the bodies, but I have no idea how these O-rings are in there, so I may have to split them anyway. And so that's where I am. I'm gonna pause right here for parts, and bring you guys back to this carburetor aspect of this Seca when I have parts to put this carburetor back together. As it is, there they are now. So look at this. I took these all apart, cleaned them, put everything back together. 2 issues. One is, focus, that right there. That float tower is broken. I don't know when or how, but it's broken now. And then the other one was 100% my fault. This is the emulsion tube for carburetor number 4, I believe. And it is held in place buy a nut that is now 2 pieces. I ordered one, I found one, so I ordered it. So I'm on a parts hold. So I'm gonna try and fix this. My idea is simple, but scary. Because I have this tiny drill bit. I'm going to drill a hole through here, just going through there. And then I'm gonna, that's purple wire. It's like craft wire. And I'm just gonna wire that up so it doesn't move. It works fine. It has a little bit of play, if you see. There's a little bit of play in there. But I'm just gonna try and stiffen that up just in case. So I'm gonna put you guys on the stand and you guys can witness, see if I screw this up or if I'm successful. Here goes nothing. Through. Focus. There it is, little hole going through to the other side. That was the most nerve-wracking hole I've ever drilled. Because I knew my luck. I would just either break the bit off in it or break it further. But, okay, cool. Just moving this to the side to make sure that the float has the clearance, and it does. Okay, cool. Little to no play on there. close up here. There is what I'm calling a fix. Good enough for me. Now I'm going to blow all that out with an air compressor. Carburetor back on the bike with the nice painted tops. I got most of the overspray off of them. It was a pain in the butt to get in them little cracks, but did the best I could. New boots. And yeah, okay, so we're back on. The air box is going on next. It's right here. And if I didn't say this or show this before, there's a K&N air filter in there, and it looks clean. It came with it. So let me put this back on. I have a stand for fuel. I have a battery. I got a good key. I have this very crusty vacuum line plugged off there, and the other vacuum port plugged off there. Still have to see the state of this fuel pump. But we're going to try to feed it some gas, see if we can get it to run an idle rail. So got a little bit of gas in there. We turn it on. Flowing. Flowing. Hopefully it doesn't slow. Hopefully it stops soon. It's still sucking through there. Come on, stop. Looks like we're stopped. Fuel level steady. No leaks that I could see. All right. I got nothing. Choke. Come on, choke. Crap. Something up backwards on this choke. Sounds really smooth. That's weird. That's an oil level indicator, not an oil pressure indicator. So yeah, that's oil level, not oil pressure. And we have a need for oil. Okay, let me get some oil. Okay, so oil's good now. And let's try it again. Here we go. Lights off. That one's 440. This one is 180. That one is 440. That one is 420. So what is wrong with number 2? Sounds like it's off. We're in neutral. Hook this up, see if we can test some gears to see what it's gonna do here. So that was a good run. It idles. Something's wrong with this guy because it's not getting hot. And I have new spark plugs coming. So I'm not going to do any kind of syncing or anything until I get the new plugs in. And I have to figure out why this choke will not pull out. So carbs are coming back off. And we'll see what's going on with that. But shift through gears, runs, idles smooth. No crazy lights on. Yes, so far as a win. So I'm looking at the carburetors and the enricher circuit here, this little guy right there on number 2 wasn't retracting all the way, so I adjusted this a little bit. So now just should it come out, or come on, now it's not moving at all. Again, there it is. It's out. This one. And in. There it is. Okay, out. All the way out. Now all the way in. I think it just rust in there was keeping this from coming out. I guess I didn't. Wasn't as thorough as I thought I was with cleaning. So I'm going to spray some lubricant down in there just to make sure we're good. And we'll put this back on and give it another shot. Here's something cool and nice to have. Those are your air fuel mixes. Easily accessible. All you gotta do is take off the airbox. And you can actually put a screwdriver on them, not some weird tool. So, okay, I'll put the box on, try to run it again, and see if we get a difference on 2. And then I'm gonna put everything away, because it's late. Still same thing. I got a new spark on too. Pull the plug out, nothing happens. Sounds like it's sparking, so it might just be a plug issue. I'm gonna take the easy way out first. The plug on 2 is all caked up, so it may have just a really, really weak spark. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit of this off. See if we can get some new wire going in there. Maybe that'll do the trick. There we go. All right. I'll check the gap on that, make sure that's legit. Yeah, gap looks good enough. When it's running, I can hear it sparking over here, so maybe it's an issue with insulation or something. I don't know. Come on. Yeah. All right, let's try it again. Here you go. Oh, where's my thermometer? No, but still reading. Still reading low. I don't think it's the coil because the number 2 coil on the driver's side is the one that's running this one. So it's got spark going to it. This coil here runs this one and that one, and the one on the other side runs these 2. Yeah, that's 1 and 4, and this is 2 and 3. Is that the right one? That's 2. And that's number 3. That's number 4. Maybe it's a Phelps plug.
Several days later.
Okay, so I synced the carbs, and now I'm looking at 430, 360, or whether it's 430, 430, and 430. Now I got them all the same. This one was really, number 2 was way out of sync. So the sync process goes these 2 together, then these 2 together, and then both banks. And these 2, this one was way low and this one was way high. So, still putting new plugs in it, and I still think it's running lean because it still does hang a little bit. See that? So I'm gonna see if I have slightly bigger jets. It might be because of the pipe. But I think I'm done tweaking for today. Hi, Cassie.